Hi YouTube, this is Laura again, and I'm in the process of making several videos tonight, so if I look the same, that's why I'm just filming several tonight. And I have had a couple of people ask about the process of me leading to get dentures, and so maybe I didn't discuss it well enough in my intro video, so I'll go ahead and make another short video. And I'm going to try to include some pictures in this one of, what I kind of look like before my teeth got taken out. Just to give you, a more accurate portrayal of what I look like then, what I look like now, and, maybe also how, how it causes your looks to change over time, if at all. So, I'm going to start with a picture that I will just try to hold up, and I'm not sure how well this is going to appear, but it's just the only picture I could find that is somewhat shows my teeth, and it's before I had a whole lot of problems. Like, I'm not going to show a bunch from when I was a younger kid just because I don't want to dig all those out, but I did find a picture from when I'm about probably 17 or 18. I think this is probably like my senior year of high school, or like maybe right after I graduated, and my teeth are not too bad in this yet. At least from when I smile, you couldn't see any visible teeth problems. I didn't have any teeth pulled or anything yet. They were crooked, kind of, but it doesn't show real clearly in this picture. So I will try to hold that up, and hopefully you can kind of see my teeth. I know that's not going to show up real clearly. There's just like a crooked teeth right in there, and then my mouth was very small, and I actually had a baby tooth that stayed in my mouth until I had my teeth extracted when I was 7 years old. And because my mouth was so small, there wasn't room for the tooth to fall out. And you can't see it in the picture because it was like kind of off to the side where one of the the canine teeth, it was that tooth, so it never came in. I just had a baby tooth stuck, so that was like off to this side over here, just kind of right off on this side. You can't really tell from this picture, but it's there. So again, there is that picture, and trying to zoom in closer so you can kind of see what the teeth look like. I know it's not the best picture, but that's just a little bit of a portrayal. And then I will stop this video and I will try to show you some pictures, and then I will go on. Okay, so those last few pictures are from about the time I was about 25 to 26 years old. So probably about a year before I ended up getting my teeth pulled. Or maybe a year to a year and a half to 2 years. Somewhere in that. That's just some of the more recent pictures I had before I got my teeth pulled that were easy to find anyway. So as you can see from the first picture that I held up to those pictures, that was about 6 to 7 years difference of time, and my teeth obviously got a lot worse within that time frame. Hopefully you were able to tell from those pictures my teeth kind of got more yellow brownish. There were a lot of chipped off teeth, broken teeth. I had a couple teeth, maybe 1 or 2 teeth pulled, probably 2 teeth pulled by that time in those pictures. And you can see there was a lot of decay at the gum line, things like that going on in that time frame. And then I also had some questions asked about the process of getting my teeth pulled, what led me to it, and if I had any problems with my dentist agreeing to do it, etc. So I'm going to try to address that in this video as well. So I'll do a little explaining on, what led me to getting all of my teeth extracted. I kind of did this in the intro, but maybe I didn't go enough into depth, so I'll kind of explain it more in detail here. So basically, I got my first tooth pulled when I was probably, I'm going to say like maybe 24, 23, 24. And basically when that happened, it was abscessed, but it was kind of an odd occurrence. I had never had any teeth pulled before that point, so I never really had any major teeth problems. I just had like fillings and things like that up till that point. But basically what happened that time was I was out of town with my family, and we had stopped to eat at Long John Silver's, and I had a piece of corn on the cob there, and I mean, I ate it perfectly fine, but as soon as we left the restaurant and got back in the car to head back home, my mouth started hurting really bad, and I had no idea why, and it was like horrible pain, like some of the worst pain I have ever had in my life so far. And so, we were like 4 hours from home at that point, so we just stopped and got some Advil and something, and I took some of that, and it really didn't do an ounce of good, but I just kept trying that. I think maybe we stopped and got like an ice pack or something, maybe somewhere on the way, and I put that in my mouth, and it was late night when we got home, and so I was with my mom and my sister, and I don't remember, I think maybe that was all just my mom, my sister, and I. And so my mom was like, try just dealing with that, and then, if it gets worse, then, you can stay here and I'll just take you to the emergency room sometime tonight. If not, then we'll see if we can get by with just some Advil and some, heating pads, cooling pads, whatever, put on your face. And then, until then, and we will try to get you to the doctor in the morning. And so I dealt with just that and some pain medication, like Advil over the counter medicine that night, and then went to the doctor the next day and found out that, it was an abscess tooth. And by that point, I should explain, on the way home, my face started swelling up. And what was really weird is it wasn't really my tooth that hurt, but it was like further down in my mouth, like below like your gum line, like down in my jaw, basically is where it hurt. And it was like excruciating pain. And then my jawline started swelling up. My neck was swollen up. It was turned bright red. It was sore to the touch. I mean, like, it was the weirdest thing I had ever experienced. And I had no idea what it was at that point. And so I was really scared. And, we ended up going to the dentist, and they said, it was an abscess tooth that was causing that. And it was just the infection. Probably when I ate the food, it somehow opened up a little piece, and the infection spread really fast. And so they said, the dentist was going to recommend me to the oral surgeon to have it pulled. And they said, they're not going to pull it like this. It's too dangerous. There's too much of an infection when it's all like that. And so they prescribed me some antibiotic, and I took that for, I don't remember, maybe 7 to 10 days or something. And it got rid of some of the infection. And then I went to the oral surgeon, and I got that tooth pulled. And that was a traumatic experience in itself, because it was the first time I ever had to get a tooth pulled or anything like that. Up until then, I had just had fillings and had been dealing with bad teeth, but hadn't had anything done about them. So that was scary enough in itself. And then the process of it, I don't know that it was really the doctor's fault, but apparently my mouth didn't get enough. I didn't get enough Novocaine or whatever to deaden the gums, even though it felt like it was deadened enough when he asked me. When he pulled the tooth, I could feel him pulling it, and it was horrible. It hurt so bad. And I found out later that, it was probably because it was abscessed so bad. They told me at the office that, sometimes when it's abscessed really bad, it will feel like it's numb. When they ask you, do you feel anything? I said no when he asked me, and I really couldn't feel anything. But then as soon as he pulled the teeth, it hurt really bad. And, by the time I went to say something, the tooth was already pulled, so it was too late. But I went out of that office, like, bawling in tears that day because it hurt so bad. And some people that I went to school with, their mom actually worked as a nurse in that office. So she was talking to me about it afterwards, and she was explaining, that when you have an abscess tooth that bad, just sometimes there's so much infection in it, even though you've been taking the medication for several days, that you can still feel it being pulled, even though your mouth feels like it's deadened enough. There's so much infection inside it that it's really hard to not feel pain and shed. That's probably why that happened. But, that was a traumatic experience in itself. And then I had two more teeth pulled before I ended up going in and then ended up getting all of my teeth pulled. So I got the other teeth pulled from 2 different times when more abscesses happened. And then the 4th time, it happened again. And I went in, and my mom went with me because we just wanted to talk to the doctor, and I wanted to have someone with me just to have someone else to listen to it and help ask questions and things. And so we went in and talked to the oral surgeon and asked him, about my teeth, and he was just saying that, they were all in really bad shape. And so we were asking, is there anything that we can do as far as trying to save them? And I didn't have any dental insurance at the time. I didn't have any health insurance or anything at the time. And so he was like, well, you could go to a dentist and get root canals done and things like that, and it might work, but the teeth, he's like, I'm not saying it's going to do that much good. He said, your teeth are really past the point of saving. He said, if it were my daughter, I would not recommend her doing that. I would just say get rid of the teeth. And then he went on, we were talking about it with him, and he said, I would just fully recommend to just go ahead and get them all pulled now, because, it's going to save you money in the long run. If you don't have insurance, we'll cut a little bit of the cost for you, but it's going to save you money to do it all now rather than to keep taking time off work and things like that for this stuff to happen and having to deal with it as far as, paying for the teeth to get pulled, missing time from work, and all that type of stuff. So my mom helped me pay for it. We went ahead and got all my teeth pulled. It was at his recommendation, and I hated the dentist that I went to before that, so I didn't go and ask him for a second opinion. I brushed my teeth I'm not going to say I did it 3 times a day every single day, but I brushed my teeth, at least twice a day the majority of the time. And I did not necessarily floss all the time as much as I should have, but I did floss sometimes, and I always brushed my teeth at least twice a day. And my dentist always said, you're just not taking good care of your teeth, and blah, blah, blah. You're going to, he said, you're going to have all your teeth taken out because you're not brushing them or anything. And I'm like, I basically just told him off one day because I'm like, you know what? I don't pay you to come here and yell at me because I don't take care of my teeth. I was like, you don't have a shit idea of what I do to take care of my teeth. Excuse my language, but I was like, everyone in my family has bad teeth. I've tried to take care of my teeth. I'm sorry that this is occurring, but I don't pay you to come here and insult the way that I take care of my teeth or don't take care of my teeth. I pay you to just do stuff to take care of my teeth, and that's all I expect. I don't need your input about what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong, etc. And so he shut his mouth after that, but I didn't really like going back and dealing with it because he was just an asshole about it. Like we had tried to explain that, bad teeth ran in the family. Other dentists that I had gone to, the few times that I did go to a dentist as a younger child, said, it probably was hereditary, because it didn't matter whether I was brushing my teeth or not. It was just my teeth weren't good. So, I didn't bother getting a second opinion from him. I just listened to the oral surgeon and ended up getting them all pulled. And he had no problem with it. He just said they're really past the point of saving. He said, you could go spend money to try to get them fixed, but you're talking, probably $15,000 to $18,000 worth of work to get done with tons of root canals and things like that. And he said it's not worth it. He said it may last for 5 years, 7 years, and then down the road you're going to be getting them all pulled and you're going to get dentures anyway, probably. He said, so, if it were me or if it were my daughter, someone else in my family, I would recommend to just go ahead and get it done now. And so I took his recommendation, and that's what I did. And basically, the other thing I was going to address in this video, I know it's about 11 minutes right now, I don't want to make it a whole lot longer, was how your appearance changes from before you had extractions and afterwards. So I don't think it's changed a whole lot. I think the main thing that I have noticed in my personal appearance afterwards is that over time, it kind of makes your mouth droop a little bit. Like you can see, it's not, I don't think it's super obvious in me, but I can kind of tell that my mouth muscles have probably loosened up, and you can kind of see slight lines right in here. Now and so I will try to show you some pictures. I'll insert some pictures of what I look like now, and that my teeth have been pulled, but I haven't gotten any dentures yet. So hopefully that will give you an overview of, what I look like before I had my teeth pulled, the process of what led me to get my teeth pulled, and then what I look like now. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this video because I'm not trying to make it super long, and then I will just add some pictures into the end of it of what I look like in the past couple of years since I've gotten my teeth pulled. So hopefully that is helpful to some of you. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below for me. I'd love to hear any feedback or anything. And if you like this and would like to see more videos like this, then please go ahead and like my video and subscribe to my channel, etc. So thanks, and I hope y'all have a great day. And like I said, there'll just be some pictures at the end of this video of what I've looked like since my teeth got pulled. Thank you.